Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Colombia. If you're just joining in, we have taken out Venezuela. We were the end of Hugo Chavez. He didn't just die. Secretly die or mysterious. I don't know how he died. But yeah. So no Maduro. He couldn't be captured. The US is getting all their resources from us. We're happily trading. No one knows any better, as we have taken over Panama and now control the strait secretly, but we're going to integrate that into Colombian territories. We're up to 8 billion a week. Got some good money coming in. Looks like we finished our naval yards in Trinidad and Tobago. So let's go ahead and bump up everything we can. As far as land and coastal forts. I think in office sectors, I can build them. I'm going to want those. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bump all this in queue, and then we'll reorder this so it makes some sense. Leave our atmospheric water recycling to its devices. All right, so we'll push all this down. I did not want to grab the nuclear plant. Okay, so move that. What did I do here? All right, so, oh boy. The fourth stack is already to 10? Our fourth factory stack? That's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and bump Santander so that I'm ready to manipulate that. Guess we can do naval invasions here. All the way up to Mexico. Now that that is fixed, it seems like. I still don't approve of the naval dominance stat, but at least having more naval plans working makes it somewhat viable. Because before it was just absolutely atrocious. The last couple, the last update, that was terrible. Broke naval invasions completely when I'm playing North Korea. Are you kidding? Like, how dare they do that? It really also kills the Greeks if you're doing it with a Greek playthrough. Because the whole thing with the Greek Empire was terems. Like, I'm trying to repeat a Greek playthrough. Why are you gonna do that? Just have no navy. But it looks like we're doing okay. We're gonna get our research facility up very quickly here. Integration for Trinidad and Tobago is quite a bit of ways. Oh. Could start nuclear warheads. Curtail them. We're gonna do thorium reactors, get that out of the way. So that's energy. Yeah, let's keep building these energy nuclear energy plants. A lot better when our construction speed is getting improvements. I'm gonna go ahead and lower our corruption. These are still building. Let's see. I think they're at the very bottom. Never mind. Are they already built? They're already built. I need to launch those. Wrong button. I was like, I'm in the wrong spot, aren't I? Here we go. Let's get spy sets. Shift click for 100 launches and get them in the space. All right. Let's go ahead and get the alignment fixed for our reconnaissance systems. And we're going to go down to the half-meter accuracy stage. We'll just chill there. Okay. So what does that do for our research speed? Puts us at 100%, so it doubles. It's going to double, make us have double research speed. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Ethiopia is getting support from the Chinese. Let's go ahead and see what a justification is going to take. 3 years or so, or 4 years. 286 political power to make that declaration. Not worth it yet. We are also up to $9 billion a week in income. And it would cost 150 billion to make 10 nuclear energy plants. Yep. Let's keep research going on these small arms. Go ahead and lower autonomy in Trinidad and Tobago. And the Galil AR to the M16. That's a... I don't know if that's necessarily that big of an improvement. I feel like Galil's... The M4 would be one thing, but the M16... Let's see. Alright. Yeah, so we're going to move back to 2 stacks, fully working on autonomy. Facility is going to be very important, so let's go ahead and get our air researchers started. I guess they're guaranteeing our independence for some reason. They shouldn't be doing that. They should stop. Unfortunate for them. All right, what's our production? Guns for upgrades. Let's look at recruitment, deployments, raids, low priority, operations, low priority. Upgrades and reinforcements. Execute an operation. I don't know. I feel like I want that. Keep up the boom. It takes money, takes money. Alright. Let's think about this. Fuel gain. Productivity growth, construction speed, max factories. Or do this. Research time is 7 years. This is workforce reductions and productivity increases while also giving me unlocks I need in 1 year. Space tech that I'm behind on. So let's go with space tech for now. We'll get 2 more million of pop. We're almost a full 4 stacks full. It's pretty nice. I'm going to build another enrichment facility. And also our weekly income is up to 10 billion. I may have been wrong. We may be pushing GDP per capita first. Oh, snap. What do we got? They're moving between the autonomy and something else. I'm going to go ahead and say I need to bump my administrative spending, and I was right. Let's go ahead and do that. It'll give me more political power gain, the cost of income, and construction speed. But only a minor debuff. For a huge bump in political power. Okay. So that's a Costa Rican justification. They do not have their independence guaranteed, so we're going to go ahead and conquer this, hopefully. We'll see how they work. Looks like 19 airborne units. Looks like enough. Alright. Yeah, the rapid movement. It was fine. Alright, let's split these across this front line. And we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and demand this state, and then puppet that one. So let's go ahead and do that. I have to do that so that I can get an attack vector. Ooh, this is going to be much more intriguing of a fight because we've drawn their APCs over here to the west, and then we have these divisions that can push from the east. Nice. Let's keep it going. We actually got a land warfare research facility from this, so this is perfect. Aircraft. Let's get this guy. We're gonna need him. So let's get this all worked out and going. Honduras will be next. This justification is July, so 1 year from now. And we'll just go ahead and lower Panama's autonomy there. Shoot, we may get Panama down to an annexed territory before Trinidad and Tobago, which is intriguing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start on forts. We'll go ahead and start the fort research. That way we can build up for attacks on Mexico and Brazil. I want to be attacking both of them before the 2020s, ideally. Also, how are we looking? Oh, we actually have the Panama Canal Authority, so we get extra money, extra free, like production, or not production, construction. Yeah, who knows what agricultural investments we have made? Who knows? It's a mystery, guys. It's a mystery. Oh, wow. Yeah, with 19 airborne units too, I can make a lot of maneuvers over very odd terrain. That'll be really nice. Oh man, what's going on? All right, who's in charge of Brazil? Now it's nationalist, it's not emerging. Luciano Bolivar. Very odd. Well, we got full stacks now, that's good. Look at this. This is looking nice. By December of 2015, We're actually looking like a burgeoning superpower. It would be in my best interest to bump the spending here since it's so cheap. It's only like a couple billion. And it gives political power gain. And that'll be kind of forward thinking as far as some of the improvements we need. Should be a pop bonus, stability, division recovery, right? So more political power, more pop. And then war support unaffected by casualties more so is extra nice too. I guess I'm working on aircraft frames now, so let's go ahead and get the fuel tanks started. Now that we have our research facilities, we have a naval from Venezuela. We've got, I guess, from Panama. No, not Panama. What is this? From Costa Rica actually had land warfare. That's surprising. Oh, I do have 10. I can go ahead and keep bumping that up. More foreign investment. UAE is doing some stuff. Not worried about it. Once we become a major or great power, I can start doing influence gains on some of these smaller islands. And I think I'm going to go straight for Guatemala. There we go. M4 is unlocked. Go production. Make M16s. Russia declared war on somebody. Latvia and Iceland. Which tells me that NATO is going to war with Russia. Yep. Oh. I haven't seen a NATO-Russia war in a while. Ukraine. Ukraine is kind of neutral right now. That's pretty interesting. The U.S. at war under Mitt Romney with Russia? They have war goals. They're fighting a defensive war. Yep. So Putin... Putin has started war with NATO. Around 2016. So the timing is actually historically relevant. All right. $4 trillion. We did beat it before the 50,000 GDP per capita. I wasn't sure if that was going to actually work out. It was debatable. All right. So the end of the contract for those resources was just ran off. Do we get them now? Looks like we got full 21. Precious metals. So let's check our trade here. Yeah, so that actually is a lot. of precious metals. All right, if I bump our bureaucracy up again, that's going to boost our political power gain significantly. And slightly lower our expenses, or our income, and increase our expenses. My bad. Brain's not functioning. But I'm going to continue to save money, or enough money to do foreign investments for income, additional income here. Honestly, Costa Rica is surprisingly close. And Panama is going to get annexed before Trinidad and Tobago at this rate. That's insane. Not what I was planning. Not what I was planning at all. Alright, so 5G. I'm going to go ahead and early research quantum computing. Naval nuclear engineering, that's going to be huge. Going to change the propulsion game for us. This is wild too. Yeah, and then by 2020, I want to see how big we are. Fight over clean energy. I mean, if small and medium businesses want it, we'll go with it, but I'm not sold on that. We need to do what's best for the economic situation of our populace, not whatever feels good there. Down to 1.62, no, 68%. 80% stability, 86% war support. Only made some minor errors, I guess. Not really errors, but decisions that we could have done better. 154, and I'm gonna need another week after whenever I get this income cycle through to actually build this. And then I think we can declare war on Nicaragua in a month or two. I think it was June, but it may have been July. So we'll go, what, April, May, possibly June. So 2 to 3 months. So that would be the next episode. As I'm looking here. Straight up. All right, let's go ahead and invest. Pay down debt. I'll go ahead and end this one here. So let's check our stats. We go through the ledger here, economy-wise. We're in that $4 trillion range. Territory, controlled subjects. Tied with Spain. Industry. Ooh, no. Cheap money. Let's throw money at it. In a financial crisis again. We're actually pretty much tied with Poland. All right, and then where's our logistics situation? We're still short on transport helis, but our stockpiles are fairly large. Nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode. Y'all have a good one.